David Drayton, his wife Stephanie, and their 8-year-old son Billy reside in a lakeside home in Brickton when a tree crashes into their house as a result of a heavy rainstorm. The following morning, the family look around the house to assess the damage when Billy informs them about their boathouse, which has also been completely destroyed. As they check the damage, they observe a dense mist moving over the lake. David then meets his neighbor, Brent Norton, who is a little weird and displays uneasy behavior towards David. Brent then joins David and Billy in going to the town in order to buy supplies. They see numerous police vehicles on their way, emphasizing the fact that something is wrong in the town, but they have no idea about anything. Due to the rainstorm, cell phones currently have no reception throughout the city. When David enters the store, he meets one of the cashiers, Sally, one of the shop managers, Ollie, and a religious fanatic, Mrs. Carmody. 3 army officers also show up at the store. The citizens can see police vehicles speeding down the street from inside the supermarket. Dan Miller, a concerned local, rushes inside the store and alerts the staff to a threat lurking in the mist. The shop managers block off the supermarket as a civil alarm siren sounds and the mist surrounds the establishment. One mother begins to worry about her children since her 8-year-old daughter is looking after her baby. She insists to leave the store and asks help from others to take her home, but no one steps forward to help her out because of the danger. She finally decides to go alone and leaves the store. In the store, David befriends a number of people, including Amanda and Irene. When David walked to the back side of the store in order to bring some blankets for his son, he comes across a faulty generator and turns it off. He then notices some mysterious force banging on the shelter and runs away. He informs the managers about the thing, and they decide to check. When everything seems fine to them, Bagger Norm decides to walk outside to fix the store's emergency generator, but David is against the idea and advises them to stay inside. Jim also begins to mock David, and says that he is just stupid and making falsehood about any danger. When they raise the door, Bagger is attacked by a tentacled thing, and is carried into the mist, despite their efforts to help him out. Jim finally realizes the danger, and apologizes from David, but David punches him in rage, saying that they just killed a kid due to their stupidity. They decide to tell all other citizens about the danger, while being aware that no one is going to believe them. At first, they try to take Brent into consideration, but being a dumbass, he thinks that it's a joke and laughs at them. However, when David and Ollie take Bud to the backside, he is convinced to see blood stains and a broken part of the monster's tail. Customers are instructed to block the storefront windows by David and Ollie after that. The religious fanatic Mrs. Carmody starts talking about the coming Armageddon. People begin to think that she is going to be problematic for the citizens, as she begins to scare other people and the kids. Amanda also disagrees with Carmody over her interpretations of the ongoing catastrophe from a theological perspective, and orders her to stay quiet. Amanda offers the handgun she keeps in her purse to Ollie, since he is also a former regional shooting champion. Brent decides to leave the shop with a small group to look for outside assistance, because he doesn't think the mist is dangerous. He convinces a group to assist him, but as they leave the store, an unknown force attacks his group, killing several of them most likely. As night falls, huge flying insects that are drawn to the lights swarm to the store windows, where they are eaten by pterodactyl-like animals. Both species are allowed inside once one of the predators, which includes large locusts, breaks a glass. 2 people are killed in the subsequent panic, while another suffers deadly burns as they try to fire the insects. Carmody is miraculously spared from an insect during this time, which inspires her to evangelize more ardently and win converts among the surviving. Ollie finally shoots the last remaining predator inside the store. When things are calmed after the panic, David finds that one of citizens, Joe, who got burned during the panic, is suffering from extreme pain. Joe insists David to shoot him, in order to relieve him from the extreme pain, but David promises to bring help from a nearby pharmacy. David and the store managers make a group, and decide to bring medical supplies from the pharmacy. Amanda is against the idea and insists to stay inside, but David wants to help the injured people. David and the group manages to visit the pharmacy, and collect the medical supplies. However, they are attacked by enormous spiders, that result in the deaths of 2 men, and force them to flee. After getting back to the store, Ollie informs David that Joe couldn't bear the pain and died. Carmody, who had opposed the expedition, makes use of this setback to broaden her power by promising to shield new recruits from divine vengeance. After 2 soldiers from the nearby military base commit suicide, a third soldier, Jessup, discloses that a government study to find other dimensions was going on inside the camp, and that scientists unintentionally unlocked a portal into the home of the animals. Jessup is expelled from the store by Carmody's followers, who are furious and seeking revenge. Outside, a huge insect resembling a praying mantis eats him right away. The following morning, David and his friends are stopped by Carmody as they are getting ready to leave the store. Her group has decided to offer Billy as the next sacrifice to the monsters as a way to placate them. As the mob closes in on Amanda and Billy, Ollie makes a smart move and shoots Carmody dead, putting an end to the trauma. Then, the traumatized survivors consent to the group's departure. As the party moves across the parking lot, Ollie is slain by the insect that resembles a praying mantis, while 2 of them are killed by the pharmacy's spider-like critters. Bud returns to the shop in a hurry, and customers let him in. David walks over to his car and gets in with Billy, Dan, Amanda, and Irene. David drives off towards the city, as the citizens are watching from inside the store. After driving through the fog, David arrives home to discover it ruined, and Stephanie dead. He is completely heartbroken, and sobs in a burst of emotions. He leaves the town in despair, passes a gigantic 6-legged beast, and eventually runs out of gas. After getting completely hopeless, the adults choose suicide since they can't get out of the mist. David uses his 4 remaining rounds to kill Billy and the other 3 survivors, aiding their suicide, before getting out of the car to be captured by the creatures. He screams in despair to call the creature, but the mist abruptly disappears, exposing the front of an armored U.S. Army column, starting the process of eliminating the creatures and re-establishing order. After witnessing that the army has also rescued survivors, including the woman who fled to go to her children, David becomes aware that he killed his son and other survivors, just as they were seconds away from rescue. He screams in anguish as he falls to his knees.